back to the Breakroom, everybody. We're so happy to be here. We're happy you're joining us. This is our daily show that keeps you updated on all the nerdy news you need to know. And on today's show, we'll be talking Andor, Doctor Doom, and there's breaking news just coming in.
What?
Warner Brothers has canceled the Breakroom.
What? We've been canceled.
Hang on a second, I gotta get this. Hello?
Yeah.
You're kidding me. Wait, I just got cast in Batgirl. In the lead role!
No.
This is my agent!
I've got some bad news
Your
for you,
agent's a
Tommy.
liar.
Chad Shabazz?
Chad Shabazz?
Chad Shabazz, my
Chad
agent.
Shabazz. With me today, we'll be talking about all the crazy news coming out about DC films. But with me to discuss all of that, we've got Brandon Barrick.
Hello.
Jessica Clemons.
Hello.
Tommy Bechtold.
Keep it Gucci to Moochie, baby.
And I'm Zach Huddleston. We're all really happy to be here with you today. As always, we're doing a chat redemption. We appreciate everybody that throws us a couple bucks in Super Chat. For every $100 that we get in Super Chats today, we're going to be doing singing impressions. Now, that should be self-explanatory.
Well, I have questions already.
Okay, yeah. What are your questions?
Are we singing an impression as someone, or are we doing an impression of a singer? Like, am I singing an impression of Dick Cavett?
Oh yeah, what a go-to. No, we will be finishing our points, whatever we're talking about.
Don't laugh at him. He's 86 years old and you know he is.
We will be singing in the style of a famous singer. Kind
Kind
of a Wayne Brady-esque interpolation. It's going to be really fun. You'll have to donate a couple bucks to see what that looks like.
Tommy singing his Enya, go. Yes, Chrissy, we could do that. I just might.
Don't give it away for free.
Taste. Just a taste. And as always, if you haven't already, hey, follow the Breakroom on TikTok.
Yes.
We're on TikTok. Tommy, producer John, other folks are posting really fun
We're
content.
going to be releasing a couple bangers today, and then tomorrow I've got one that's really going to make a splash.
Ooh, a splash, a gush, if you will. And that's, again, at @the_Breakroom on TikTok. Thank you. Okay, we've got to lead with, we kind of teased it already. So, crazy report coming out from Warner Brothers and DC. The Batgirl film, which has already been shot.
Already been done.
But
And they've been doing screenings of it.
Yeah, they did a screening of it.
Yeah.
Because at one point this was going to be theatrically released, got downgraded to an HBO Max film, but they're still working on it, whatever. Not only is it not going to release on HBO Max, it's not going to release at all. Yeah. That film has been shelved, canceled, dunzo.
Yes, and Brandon Fraser gained all that weight for that other asshole to make that movie called The Whale about a fat guy, when you could just cast a fat person, by the way, and also naming a fat person The Whale is problematic. We can go on. That'll be on the Bechtold corner. There's a movie, I forget what his name is. He's one of those hot directors everybody loves.
Oh, is this like
he's making a movie called
Robert Downey Jr. and
No, Brendan Fraser weighs 600 pounds in this movie because he put on a ton of weight and then he wears a fat suit. Darren Aronofsky, that's right.
Yes.
Well, God knows it's time for him to get back on there with another movie with a great theme.
Okay, okay. No, this is a valid rant, Tommy. No, we got to stay on point here with this Batgirl news.
Do you think this has anything to do with Warner Brothers merging with Discovery, or do you think this has something to do with HBO being like, we don't want this anymore?
We've been discussing this ever since the news broke a little under an hour ago. This is crazy. First off, just to give you a sense, now maybe you hadn't been following. There hasn't been like a trailer or a lot of news about Batgirl. Michael Keaton was playing an older Batman. Again, Brendan Fraser, Leslie Grace from In the Heights was playing Batgirl. They spent $90 million on this movie.
J.K. Simmons was in.
J.K. Simmons as Commissioner Gordon.
Okay.
This was a big movie. This wasn't like a little CW show or something like that.
I mean, crazy way of going about it, but I think what if they are doing it, like they said in the chat, Disney vaulting it. They're just like gonna put it away for a minute, start a lot of commotion about it. I also think like I don't know. I don't think their social press has been like great. So this would be like, we're all talking about this. This is insane. You guys shot it. But there has been also on accounts when they did the Justice League like showing, people were like, don't do this. Don't do it. And they were like, no, we're gonna still do it. So maybe it could be like that.
Do you think, I mean, it's wild to think Warner Brothers would do this. It's probably just a cost-saving thing, right? Yeah. They already spent $90 million on this movie. They would probably have to spend an equal amount promoting it.
Yeah,
right?
that's true.
And maybe all the special effects weren't done. They were also talking, this is a little like Hollywood insider knowledge, but like actors, directors, producers, they get paid when a movie is like wrapped. They get paid more when the movie is released.
Oh, so they're just keeping the money.
Yeah, maybe Michael Keaton, whoever, like they can shortchange him a little bit by not releasing
Well,
it.
I think this is a post-merger thing.
Yeah.
The new leadership, one of the people in charge, they were over at CNN when they released CNN Plus and then canceled it. In 7 days.
Yeah, it didn't even last.
They saw the numbers weren't going to be there.
Yes.
If they're just running long-term numbers, it's worth it for them to just cut bait.
And again, the executives who greenlit this film are no longer there and in charge.
Right.
It's new people,
100%.
and maybe these new people are like, "This isn't my project."
After
No, you go first.
Your
please.
hand rose.
You're okay.
I'm dressed like a teacher for a reason.
This is not a democracy. Can I just offer what I think might be? This is a little inside baseball.
Please.
And again, if you don't work in the industry, God saw you guys touching yourselves, and now you don't get back. Bro.
Oh my gosh, come on.
Okay, mine was not that, but that is true.
Sorry, guys.
That you're not wrong.
Maybe
you're
keep
not
your hands
wrong.
to yourselves, or not yourselves. Keep your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care.
Oh my God, I hope not. Do you remember how Zack Snyder, when the whole situation came out on the Rolling Stones, was also saying that it took forever to get the names of producers out of the credits?
Yes.
So maybe it could be so much behind that. Going off of people getting paid after it. There's a lot of people that change, but people still think they own credit to it. There could be so many behind the scenes of we can't figure it out, so we're gonna withhold it. We're gonna withhold it until the time comes.
And again, this is wild. Now, projects get delayed, canceled all the time, right? We can all, if you've been following films and TV shows for any amount of time, even Marvel movies get canceled or delayed, or they get mentioned and they never come to fruition. It's not a big deal, but when it's already been shot and at least edited enough that they can host screenings, it's in a somewhat finished place. There's also some of the other talent behind this. The 2 directors who did a couple episodes of Ms. Marvel. They also directed the most recent Bad Boys for Life. They had directed this film. This is a wild story. And again, the entire DCEU, which we have some more headlines about coming up, it's been in a little bit of chaos the last couple of years, the whole Snyderverse thing and a lot of what's going on. I mean, everything that's going on with the Flash film. This is just more evidence of that is in a weird spot.
There's the conspiracy side of me that says, well, maybe they're doing this to build buzz, and they want to create an online campaign.
Release the Batgirl.
Release it.
And then they'll be like, okay, you guys asked for it, here we go. I don't know. That's a very cynical side to take. And if that is what they're doing, that's rude.
Yes.
To everyone involved. People work hard. No one wants to make a bad movie.
No.
And everyone does their best and really tries, and it's kind of sad to go this far.
And everybody showed up thinking this was going to be fun and good, right? Also, before we move on, the other movie that got canceled at the same time, pour one out for Scoob: Holiday Haunt, the Scooby-Doo film that was.
It was the second to the movie that's on
the
HBO.
2020 animated.
Did we know what the holiday was going to be? Was it going to be Arbor Day?
They couldn't.
I
got ransomed.
Do you remember?
Rooney got ransomed.
Do you remember when you would click on that movie and it was showing Justice League Snyder Cut?
Oh, that's right. I had the wrong link. Speaking of DC things coming to an end, it was announced that the CW Flash series will be ending after 9 seasons. Damn. 9 seasons is a pretty good run for any show.
That's a great run for any show. 9 seasons?
You know what else ran for 9 seasons? The Middle on ABC, available on HBO Max. Unlike Batgirl.
You still get residuals, Tommy?
Maybe I will if you tune in.
Other DC news, James Gunn clarified that Peacemaker Season 2 is going to be in the DCEU. Peacemaker has always been in the DCEU. Will continue to be in the DCEU.
But will there be a DCEU for him to be in?
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, we know we're getting Shazam, Black Adam, Aquaman 2, and a Flash film.
Yeah.
There's still, I think Peacemaker is to the DCEU as Deadpool is to the MCU, where it's this is so crazy.
Yeah.
The Peacemaker was insane. There's an episode where you get a straight shot of a vagina on a iPad. So it's so insane that they're probably like, oh, we can wait. We can wait.
It'll be funny when the first feature-length Peacemaker movie is the next Justice League.
Yes, yeah.
When he's the kernel of the DCU that grows.
The one thing that survives. Yeah.
I would like to see him interacting with the Shazam cast. That seems very fun.
Oh my
That
God,
seems
that
like
would
a
be
very
really
fun
funny.
opportunity.
And
Bastion
like a
hanging
weirdly,
out with Peacemaker.
yeah, kind of a tonal fit, kind of in a weird way.
I think that's better.
And in James Gunn MCU news, he tweeted that he considers the holiday special, the upcoming holiday special that we still don't have a date or a trailer for, to be essential viewing before watching Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. He says there's a lot of big information in there. Okay, well then, give us something.
Nice try, James.
I'm not going to shill for you,
if
James.
we're assuming, Marvel has been playing it tight with these trailers, close to the releases. We just got in July, we got a Black Panther trailer for a November release. So maybe for a December holiday special release, maybe in August.
If
D23 is around the corner.
That's right.
that is true.
Also, we're starting a campaign.
Especially if this is like a Disney Plus only thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody, we want to try to do this show live.
Yeah.
At D23.
Yeah, so let them know.
Yeah, please. If you have, if your dad is the president of Disney.
Yeah.
Just give him a poke in the ribs.
If you're Susie Chapek, ask Dad.
Let them know. The break room will come there. We'll kiss everybody. We'll do the show live.
I won't be there, but I will be there in spirit.
Jessica claims she's not going to be there. She's definitely going to be there.
I'm going to be in Costa Rica.
Jessica will be in Costa Rica / D23 in some way. Because guess what? She's always in my heart.
The Costa Rica neighborhood of Anaheim.
Yeah.
She will be there.
Little Costa Rica.
Pura vida. So we're eagerly anticipating both D23 and any Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special news. We got a clip from an interview from Comic-Con that just came out. Black Panther 2 actress Letitia Wright revealed in an interview how Shuri, her character, reacts to T'Challa's death in Wakanda Forever. She was asked about that. And I think, do we have the clip, John?
Yeah, Shuri definitely is consumed with her work. The loss of her brother causes her to be so consumed with her work that she's creating at another level, at a higher level actually. So there's so much new technology to look forward to, and I think that's where her sweet spot is at the moment. Like, how do I process this? And she just throws all of her energy, even more so, into technology. So there's a lot of cool new things to look out for. Yeah.
Yes.
I like that. Great answer, first off, because though grief is an interesting emotion to explore, and we think it'll be explored somewhat in Wakanda Forever, but it's a relatively inactive emotion to portray on screen, right? People just being sad. So it's how nice to make it active and cinematic by she channels her grief into her work, and thus we get cool gadgets and crazy costumes and stuff like that, right?
I'm dying on that hill, which it honestly might have been set in stone, but I do think that she's gonna be creating the new faux herb that they don't have anymore. Ooh. So I think just putting all her energy in that with Riri is what we're gonna really see.
This would be, for all my Morbius fans out there, this would be the blue blood of the herb, right?
But also, if it's synthesized, it's part of the problem with the blue blood. If it's synthesized, does that mean we could get hundreds, thousands of people?
With the super soldier serum. It's out there.
Well, and as soon as you create a MacGuffin special thing, you have to also find a way for it to be an incredibly limited supply, right? Yeah. You
There's
kill
only
Dr.
10
Erskine.
vials in the world of this for no reason.
Well, the thing is, she's gonna have to test it on something.
Oh.
So maybe it's herself.
On herself? Yeah.
All right, so we have had a few super chats come in. We appreciate that. We're not quite yet close to anyone singing, and which would be a real shame because we've got at least two of us can carry a tune on this panel. So,
definitely less than 4, more than 1.
I would say 1.3.
And shout out to Mike Cairo. Apologies, I don't know how your name's pronounced, Mike, but can you guys make an Epic Hero TommyCon t-shirt with all your silhouettes and cosplay, please? That's a great idea.
We would love that. We want merch. We're looking for merch. If you want merch, same as the D23, you got to tweet at New Rockstars. Let them know what you want from us. Breakroom, there's no limit to what we can do. We want to do this show in space.
Yes.
Okay?
So, Gucci to Moochie headbands?
Huh?
Maybe?
Look at that right there. Your name here. Maybe like one of those internet porn stars. I start writing your names on my headband for a few bucks. What do I care? You want me to carve your name in my arm with a pen? I'll do it.
Don't.
Oh my
Okay,
gosh,
Tommy,
don't
stop.
do that. Don't do that.
And we've had a couple polls in the chat that we should shout out. Do you think we will ever see this Batgirl movie? No, it's doomed. 60%.
Oh, no.
60% think never.
We'll see it.
It's coming out.
Oh, we'll see.
Like Day of the Clown and the other famed Lost to History films.
Yes.
Okay. Wow, but that's still 40% think eventually we'll see it.
It's gonna they're gonna drop it on HBO Max at midnight on a Sunday.
In 2 years.
And then and they'll be like, oh, that's out now.
Yes. Do you still watch any Arrowverse shows? 77% saying no. And we also don't know, are those people saying they never watched an Arrowverse show, or they did and they've stopped? I don't know.
I have found my journey with the Arrowverse, and I'm sure a lot of people out there are similar. I have never watched it in the moment that it comes out. I've exclusively seen those shows binged on Netflix. It's just easier that way. Like, it's easier to get through because they all kind of, there are some that I will say are not necessarily essential viewing. You can skip a couple that are just kind of monster of the week episodes and still stay on the main plot. Because they make like 23 episodes of those a season.
Oh, and there's often multiple shows going at the same time.
Which is how TV used to be.
Circling back here to headlines.
Dick Cavett.
In the good old days when Dick Cavett ruled the airwaves. We've often tried to characterize the Breakroom as the Dick Cavett of nerd news.
All right.
No, we have never.
Make one timely reference.
I'd rather be with Dick Cavett than have a Cavett for a dick. I'll tell you that much.
Dear Lord.
Oh, put that joke on ice. Okay. Speaking of D23, we got some announcements. We'd kind of been assuming this, but we got it confirmed that Marvel and Lucasfilm are going to have big presences at D23, the kind of Disney focused Comic-Con that is coming up September 10th, right around the corner. Filmmakers, celebrity talent, surprise guests from Marvel will join Lucasfilm and others on stage in Hall D23 to showcase theatrical and Disney Plus titles. So we internally have been speculating. We think there's going to be some Pixar announcements. Almost certainly some Pixar announcements. Maybe the next Star Wars film gets announced here. We know a lot of Star Wars series, but we don't know what the next movie is.
Well, we know they're making that move. Taika Waititi's making a movie, right? And then there's another series, or that's the only movie we really know about.
We've got Skeleton Crew series, Acolyte series, Ahsoka, Mando season 3.
There's also this like Rogue Squadron movie that we think is canceled. They haven't really ever said, but like it's probably
and maybe in the same way that Kevin Feige really put to bed a lot of speculation by laying out the next 4 years of Marvel films. Maybe Lucasfilm will do kind of a similar thing. And again, there's a lot of gaps in that Marvel release calendar, so maybe they were saving some stuff for D23, right? Particularly series, right? So maybe some casting news, some directing news. So again, we're trying to be there. Disney, if you're listening, we want to be broadcasting.
Is Dick Cavett still alive?
Dick Cavett's still alive. We're going to break some more news today. Dick Cavett found alive.
He's still alive. Who said he was dead?
Come on, alive. Yeah, we never said he was dead. We just said references to Dick Cavett should be dead because they're 50 years old. Come on the show, Dick.
Dick, face me in the octagon or debate me on the break room, but one way or another, I'm on a collision course with Dick.
God.
Yes, but back to Disney. We want to broadcast live from D23. If nothing else, some of us will be going. Some representatives from New Rockstars will be there. We're going to maybe try to be broadcasting live the day of D23. We're very excited about it. Now, we're going to transition. Speaking of Disney release schedule, all of our ears perked up when the Fantastic Four film got released. And like, what villain immediately came to mind?
Mole Man.
We know you're a Mole Man stan.
You know I love my Roger Corman Fantastic Four, and they had Mole Man and couldn't call him that, so they just called him like the guy, the underdweller, the upper taker. Shout out Tim Jennings, inventor of the upper taker.
Oh no.
And so ever since that got announced, we're like, ooh, are we gonna get a Dr. Doom? Is he gonna be the villain in that film? What else could Dr. Doom show up in? Obviously, he has a lot of connections to Black Panther in book comics and presumably maybe in future films. And so we've been speculating internally about how Dr. Doom could show up in future MCU films. And Jessica, you've done a bunch of research. You have a lot of thoughts on this.
No, I have to. So our biggest question here is, how is Doom going to enter the MCU before Secret Wars? Because we're assuming he's absolutely got to be in Secret Wars, because we have the 1984 Secret Wars where he is still he's not like the king of it, but he is the one that's like, I'm the leader. All the evil people are stupid. Work through me. And then we got the 2015 the 2015 issues where they enter Battle World, and he's basically getting a lot of his power through Molecule Man, through the Beyonders. The Beyonders in the 1984 run were the ones that were basically like, fight! I want to see you guys do it. Fight, right? And then Ultron freaked out and spazzed out and got killed by Galactus, and Galactus was like, I'm not doing this, shot up to the sky and got blasted down. And Galactus being like the strongest thing is insane. That shows how like non-powerful everyone is there. So Doom has to be entering it before Secret Wars, and plus he does have some ties in Secret Wars to Kang the Conqueror. Kang the Conqueror shoots him down from the sky, and then he goes back and kills Kang with Ultron's body. Ultron could be White Vision. How, with that being known, how is it possible to even, what movies do you guys think we could see him in from Phase 5 possibly? We also have a graphic of Phase 5. I'm so sorry that John can bring up for anyone that's...
So some of the potential properties, right? Like, well, obviously, there in the comics, there's a Doctor Doom connection to Black Panther. So there's some speculation, does he show up in Wakanda Forever? Right? Because like, Namor kind of being pitched as the antagonist of this film, the bad guy, but we know he's kind of an anti-hero or whatever. They're probably at some point, he'll be fighting with the Wakandans instead of just against the Wakandans. So is there another baddie that they have to join forces to defeat? There's that kind of speculation. Obviously, then Fantastic Four would make a lot of sense. Are there other places where it makes sense for Doctor Doom to arrive?
Can I see the graphic one more time? I can't see behind Dashiell, I'm so sorry.
We got Guardians, we got Quantumania.
The thing is, I feel like a good spot, if we wanted to hit really quick, is either Quantumania or Loki.
Yes.
One of those two. I don't really want to... So, I think it was me and MT that were talking briefly about him showing up in... can you bring up the graphic one more time? Showing up in Guardians of the Galaxy. But I don't think we're going to see him in Guardians of the Galaxy. I think put him up against something that's really big. Not saying that the Guardians aren't big. I'm just saying compared to all of Wakanda, they're of no match.
Now, Brandon, you were even speculating before we were rolling. Do we see Victor Von Doom before we see Doctor Doom?
Yeah, because the thing with Doctor Doom that's like crazy is Latveria, right?
Yes.
Another fictional location that they haven't addressed yet in the MCU. So I've always thought
they haven't even teased it on like a map in the background or anything like that. Yeah.
I've always thought it would make sense if they're not from this universe and like Doctor Doom and all the Latverians, they're from another Earth and like one that's like being destroyed from an incursion. And he brings them all over. He brings over like a whole country. Yeah. And they come over, and everyone's like, "Oh, they're refugees. We gotta help them." And then slowly turns into Doctor Doom. Yeah. Or is Doctor Doom the whole time
pretending to be Victor Von Doom?
Yeah, pretending to be nice. But to answer your question, where they might show up, it could be in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, because that was described as like a team up.
Yes.
It's the first new film
of a
in
new phase.
Yeah. And I think that's like a weird place where Doom could come in as like a hero and help like defeat a Kang or something like that. And they're like, oh, Doom's great. Bring him in. His last name's Doom. What could go wrong? And then he flips the switch at some point.
Instead of him working with Reed, it would be nice to see him working under Hank Pym. Would that make sense?
Oh, interesting.
That's something that
sure.
I feel the only thing that doesn't stick with me with that is that he is like the smartest man, Victor Von Doom. So it's like, why would he be working under Hank? Wouldn't he be way above Hank?
Or maybe he could be younger. He could still be on the come up.
I mean, the smart rankings in the MCU, the power rankings of brains, it's all over the place. Because like so many of our heroes are supposed to be like super hyper
geniuses.
Intelligent.
Yeah.
Who's the most super hyper intelligent? I don't know.
I'll even throw out the MCU has shown a willingness to fudge, to shift traditional comics backgrounds, right? Like Namor, not from Atlantis, as far as we know in the MCU. What if Doctor Doom is from Sokovia in the MCU? Have they gone to that well too many times?
I don't know. If Baron Zemo knows him.
The Sokovian well is almost dry, but there is one last drop, and his name is Victor Von Doom.
Victor Von Doom. I just want, if he does show up in Black Panther, do we want him to immediately be a villain? Is he just showing up last minute and being
just teased, kind of like Thanos was the first couple times we saw him, right? Like maybe he's just in a post-credit scene in a few of these films.
I mean, Black Panther could be a great time where if it's like Wakanda was revealed and they've opened themselves up to the world, and now Talokan, the Atlantis, right, is gonna be revealed. If this is like the breaking point, and it's like, okay, all the secret nations. Time to show yourselves, and we get like 50 all at once. And they're all here now.
I think we're going to see, sorry, I'm also going at the chat, and you, Brandon. I think we will see Latveria eventually, but you can't have it you can't have it unless you see already Battleworld, right? You can't have one without the other, so you wouldn't see it until after probably Secret Wars. They in the, I think it's in the 84 too. The Beyonder in the 84 run, the Beyonders straight up like wiped the galaxy, and then all the pieces of Earth came back together. But in the 2015 run, it was made of different parts of the multiverse. So that's why there's so many different people from different places. That's why we have Peter Parker and Miles Morales. That's why we have a Thor army called the Thor Corps. So it's just like getting all those people to come back is what makes Battleworld, which makes Latveria.
And Eric is Thor Corps. Hardcore.
Are you okay?
Okay, we've got a.
My straw went on my nose.
Oh, first the sea turtles, and now Jessica. Haven't you done enough plastic straws?
Let's be
Haven't you done
honest.
enough?
We've all had a straw up our nose now and then. Come on.
Okay,
It went to
Tommy.
my brain.
Are you all right? Are you
It
leaking
went to
brain
my
juice?
brain.
Whoa, all the way to the brain.
Oh, God.
Well, we've also been talking a lot about, like, Kevin Feige saying that Wakanda Forever is the end of Phase 4, and Quantumania is the beginning of Phase 5.
Yes.
And it seems like there must be some reason behind that designation. Both those films were announced at the same time. They've both been in development for a similar amount of time. They're releasing just a couple months apart. Why draw the line there instead of after Quantumania or after some other project?
You got to save on taxes. You know, you're only allowed 6 Marvel movies a tax season.
I think I've got it.
Okay.
I think I've got it. At the end of Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, Namor is in a cell. He's been detained. Even if they do fight together,
They give him any water?
Is it a wet cell?
it's a wet cell.
Is it like when you buy a turtle at the fair and it's got a little pool?
Does he need to be in water, or is that
Yeah,
just
he's
something
gotta
he
be in
likes?
water.
He doesn't need to be submerged. He's on land fighting. He's fine.
He's like, I'm
He's in
dying.
a cell, and all of a sudden the guard goes, "Hey, you got a visitor." He goes in, and then a shadowy figure comes through the door, and he goes, "Hi, I am a diplomat from Latveria.
Oh.
You can call me Victor, but my friends call me Dr. Doom."
Oh.
I
Because
would
his
like.
friends call him Dr. Doom.
Oh, get it. I would like that to be, which have we seen in the MCU yet? Someone that's like, my whole goal is creating this. Well, I guess that's Thanos. Because I was about to say, I like the idea of him going and being like, I'm creating a different world. My whole intention is to
It's gonna
create
be
a
the
different
vulture.
country.
The vulture's gonna show up at the prison
Yeah.
with Dr. Michael Morbius and be like,
Hey,
"We're gonna
we
get
could
rid
do
of
some
this
cool
Spidey
things.
boy."
Yeah.
We gotta do
I like
something.
that if, like, that's a pitch. It's almost like a reverse Nick Fury, right? Rather than like, hey, I'm putting together a team to save the world. Hey, I'm putting together a new world.
I'm putting together a new world.
Yeah.
New World Order. Captain
I mean,
America.
especially maybe Talocan gets destroyed in the course of Black Panther.
The
2,
best,
right?
my favorite part about Secret Wars is, or not, about all of Battleworld is what comes after it. The different factions of different people in different areas and what they stand for.
Yeah.
And A-Force is one of my favorite things. And so it's just like, I want to see that different country that's these superheroes, mainly in A-Force, it was like all women, that were part of Arcadia. She-Hulk's part. But I want to see the different factions, and then I want to see all the Marvel zombies on the outside of the world. So it's like, I want to see it. Maybe we already have Phase 5 and 6 already readied up because they're like, we're going with Dr. Doom after this. After Kang, we're going Dr. Doom. And there's so much story to
Well,
tell.
and I'll just throw this out there. I was speculating before we started rolling. What if Marvel has a history of using working titles, right? Again, working titles is an industry term where they call a movie something, but that's not what it's eventually going to be called, right? Maybe they even do this on purpose to throw us off the scent, because what if Avengers Kang Dynasty is really going to be Avengers Doomsday or Avenger or whatever, right? And
Avengers Kang meets his Doom.
yes, maybe they're teasing that Kang is going to be the next big, multi-chapter villain, and maybe he will. But what if it's not? And actually, Kang is just going to be in Quantumania, maybe a few other properties, but then Doom is actually going to be the main bad guy in those 2 Avengers movies.
Can you imagine Keanu Reeves fighting Jonathan Majors? That's who I think is going to be playing Doom. I think they're doing fan services so much that they're like, okay, they keep asking for Keanu Reeves. I'm just going to give them Keanu Reeves.
Speaking of fan service, it happened finally. I trimmed my hedges last night. We want to thank Manscaped for
the
sponsoring
fans.
the break room this week. Hey, you. Yeah, you. How are your hedges doing? Are you looking like a family that just moved in and are taking good care of their lawn? Or are you an old abandoned lot full of horrors and strange overgrown hedges and weird things coming out? Take control of your hedge. It's important. These products are so good. you're going to be showing pride in your new hedge-free yard or trimmed down, groomed like Edward Scissorhands, but you're not using that. You're using Manscaped.
Just to be clear, Tommy, the metaphor you're using, hedges in this case, are pubic hair.
That's right.
And you're showing these consensually, right? You're not forcing people to view your hedges.
I mean, that's implied.
And you could shave a normal hedge with it, right?
You could also, yeah, I mean, it's got a ceramic blade.
I mean, if
it's a fact. You will have the best kept nutsack on your block.
Oh, that's a
Say
fact.
big and be the most hygienic version of yourself. Guys, it matters, okay? Girls sometimes are very polite to you and they're like, no, it's fine. It's not fine. It's
Girls or guys, I will say we have a Lawnmower 4.0 here. This is the actual product you get when you order the Performance Package.
That's right.
Which is like kind of a starter set that Manscaped sells. It also comes with this, the Weed Whacker, which is a nose and ear, if you happen to have your hair, trimmer.
Important.
That the Weed Whacker is great. I've used this many times as one of the few places on my body I can grow hair is out of my nose.
Prove it.
And both the Weed Whacker and the Lawnmower are great because they're kind of foolproof. Areas like the inside of your nose or where pubic hair lives, you don't want to be messing around.
That's right.
You don't want to be. You don't want to make
Like
mistakes.
you moved into town.
And I will say,
Oh, God.
I basically a hairless arm already. But look at this. No snags. It's meant to be super. They have skin-safe technology.
You're gonna be
you can't
so-
hurt yourself.
Has
We're
anybody
gonna
used
fool
this
today.
yet? I just want to take a look.
No,
at
that's a fresh one. Both of these, none of these have been used on any.
Well, I'll be using that to shave my chest later in the week.
Yes.
And I'll be using this to.
And again, you can, if you want to try out these kind of products, which you should, they also come, the Performance Package comes, you get a pair of underwear, you get some like a cologne and like a lotion.
You get the crop reviver. Thank God, Dick Cavett reviving his crop. We hear. We thought his crop was barren.
Come on the show your crop. And you get all these, you can get 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com when you use the promo code Breakroom. And it's super important. Please use that because that not only saves you money, it makes us look very good to our friends at Manscaped and helps us keep
Don't
this
look
show
me
on
in
the
the
air.
eyes when you do it.
I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll make myself more attractive.
It's super safe. It's super safe. It's got skin-safe technology.
Look at this. This is great.
It is. It looks nice. If somebody saw that in your bathroom sink, they wouldn't think you were doing anything gross with it.
No.
Yeah, if someone breaks into your house and is raiding your bathroom for pills, and they see this,
Yeah.
they're gonna be like, this guy
Also,
takes care of himself.
can you see that there's an LED light?
Oh.
You see this showing up on the screen? Because often where pubic hair lives,
Yeah.
it's dark.
And let's be honest, not all of us can afford to pay our electric bills. Let me tell you how many times that LED light has saved me from what I call a sack incursion. Okay?
Did
Power's out,
John
you still can
Krasinski teach us about that in
That's
Multiverse
right.
of Madness?
My name is Dr. Reed Richards. Do you have children? I'd like to someday. Then use the Manscaped 4.0 with its LED light. Otherwise, you're going to end up barren. You're going to end up like Scarlet Witch wandering the earth looking for made-up children because you racked your sack with a non-ceramic LED blade.
Don't rack your sack. Not on our account.
Quit racking your sack and stop being whack.
Says Zach. And that's, again, 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com when you use our code BREAKROOM. BREAKROOM, all one word. It's time you level up from the Amazon to the Amadong.
That's right. With the ultimate bushwhacking tools from Manscaped. Now, we've got a little bit of breaking news also. Nicole Kang, very fine actress from You and Batwoman, played Poison Ivy on CW's Batwoman recently. She tweeted at Marvel Studios yesterday that since she shared a name with the titular character in the upcoming Avengers Kang Dynasty, it might be destiny that she work on it. As I said, play Poison Ivy on Batwoman, she's excellent. But let's be honest. This definitely falls into a thirsty thespian category.
Yes, that's a term we've coined here on the Break Room. I believe we might have even come up with it live on air.
I think so.
For any time an actor, either in an interview or maybe tweeting, is openly kind of like asking to reappear or to be cast in a big franchise, right? And there's no shame involved in that term. We are thirsty as hell. We beg you for super chats, of which we're sitting at a lowly $66 right now.
What's going on with you guys?
We are thirsty. We would all gladly grovel at the feet of Kevin Feige or any other studio executive to show up in an MCU film.
Creators of Barney, if you're looking to put some guy in that big purple suit, I'm halfway with my high blood pressure. I can already turn myself a shade of purple that doctors describe as, uh-oh! So, just get me in there. I don't have to be a dinosaur. Just call me Barney, the purple neighbor. I love you.
So it got us thinking, this actress, this Kang actress, asking to be in Kang Dynasty got us thinking about like other thirsty thespian moments. Where you wanted to go into like, what defines a thirsty thespian move?
Well, we have that here. We've created a scale. We took it to the labs, the new Rockstars Breakroom labs, and we've created a 3-tiered scale. Now, for our thirst thespians, first scale, this is the highest, the Sahara. Now, this is when an actor fan casts themselves and openly campaigns for the role in media, on Twitter, anywhere. This is like, for those of you old heads, I Googled this because this happened way before I was born. Sean Young put on a full Catwoman suit and ambushed Tim Burton, I believe, at the Emmy Awards or the Golden Globes.
I thought it was on the Warner Brothers lot.
But she also did it at an award show because there's video footage of it. Google Sean Young Catwoman. I promise you, even if you're a cool young Gen Zer, you will enjoy how cringy this clip is, okay? It is insane. She wanted to be Catwoman. She bought think about this. She bought the costume. It's not a bad-looking costume. Then she went to the director of the movie and did the character for him.
Yes, and she was a working, famous actress at the time. She'd been in a lot of big Blade Runner.
Yes.
She's the main female in Blade Runner, whatever. Famously. Did not work out for her.
Did not.
But on the flip side, somebody not quite that cringy, but Simu Liu.
Yes.
Our buddy.
He wanted to be Shang-Chi, and he got the role. Simu, we're looking for you.
Come on the show.
Come on the show, Simu. Talk to us.
We want to talk Barbie, Simu.
That's right.
Come talk Barbie.
We'll
also talk Shang-Chi, of course.
Now, grade 2, LADWP, LA Department of Water and Power, limiting water usage. So you're a little thirsty. You're medium thirsty. This is when an actor just retweets complimentary fan casting, or like people being like, who would be a great Fantastic Four? John Krasinski. And he's like, I don't know, maybe. And finally, our last category is, I'm a bit thirsty. And that is when the actor acknowledges that this role exists and would be fun to play, but isn't really like lobbying for it.
Yeah.
So, we now know what a thirsty thespian is. We now know the rankings. So what everyone's going to do for, surprise, it's mandatory fun!
Whoa!
That's right. You thought I forgot we had done this graphic. Mine is the one that's away from those. So anyway, other one. All right, that's right. It's mandatory fun, the segment that has swept the nation and caused me to ration my amount of times I play the graphic because we just can't afford it. Hit it again!
That cost us $50 every time.
They're gonna shelf just in. Warner Brothers has shelved the Breakroom.
What?
We're not releasing.
We did that bit.
Yeah, we're gonna be streaming on Crank TV. Now, okay. Here's how it's gonna go. I've asked each of you to pick a thespian who's been a little thirsty lately and defend them. And then the other 3 of us are going to decide how thirsty that take was and that defense was and that the character is. And that's how much you've got to drink, okay? You got to drink. If your character is a Sahara, you drink the whole glass. If your character is an LADWP water usage limitation, you drink half the glass. And if your character is just, I guess I am a little bit thirsty, you just take a little sip.
Now, do we do this in classic ventriloquist fashion where we have to be drinking while we do pitch?
I don't know. I'm confused by that line of questioning, but yes, I think my feeling is yes. We're over the $100.
Whoa! Thank you, J. Brad in the ghetto. Coming from Canada, our friends up north. Speaking of Simu Liu, fellow Canadian, J. Brad, thank you. What does J. Brad says? Doom figures out a way to stop Kang in Kang Dynasty, so ends up being the hero, but the power goes to his head and he decides only he can be trusted to rule the remaining worlds and create battle worlds. I like it. That's a pretty good.
He'll beat Kang. He will defeat a Kang.
So I will go first. I'm going to get us started. I'm going to defend my girl, Nicole Kang, who we brought up earlier.
Okay.
First of all, she's got the pedigree. She's already played a supervillain. She played Poison Ivy and evolved. It was an alternate origin story. It wasn't Pamela Ivy or whatever. It was a character I believe named Maria.
Is the song part of the defense?
Yes. I put a little Goldblum there. So anyway,
was that your celebrity singing?
No, it wasn't.
No, the poll already finished.
Oh no! Oh, boo.
Brandon got one vote.
One vote.
Brandon, 100%, one vote.
Wow.
Should we honor that?
Stop the steal.
All right. Anyway, so Nicole, also let's look at Nicole's other past projects. She was on the show You, a Netflix series. You know who's in bed with Netflix right now? The Russo brothers. You know who I think might be ending up directing Secret Wars? The Russo brothers. Okay? So maybe she gets, maybe they force everyone to put her in Kang Dynasty. Let me get back here. You know what her first acting credit was? What? The ABC Young Talent Spotlight Showcase. Okay? That was her first acting credit on IMDb. Who owns ABC, guys?
Disney.
Who owns Marvel, guys?
Disney.
That's right. Nicole, get in your car and drive to Anaheim. You're going to be a star, baby.
Also, come on the show, Nicole.
Come on the show, Nicole.
Yeah, why not?
They film these down in there.
They film these in-house.
They film all Marvel movies at the park.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. They got the characters walking around.
Yeah, they got the extras.
All right, so that's it. I guess you guys now decide how thirsty.
So you're defending her by saying because she's acted in at least 3 things.
Yes. Well,
one of them,
including one, doesn't seem like it was televised, right?
Maybe a showcase.
It was on IMDb.
And one of those things, she played a villain that we all know and enjoy.
Also, I love that, like, I mean, her logic, and I think she was just making a joke on Twitter. We're not blasting her in any way.
No.
But, like, her logic that because her last name happens to be the name of a villain that is showing up, the titular villain of a film, like, as if, like, Ryan Reynolds should show up in Avengers Reynolds Dynasty or something like that, right? Like
Reynolds rap. Now, Ryan Reynolds is a bit of a thirsty thespian.
He is.
He did make his own little fan film with help from that effects shop.
And it worked out good for him.
Yeah, that did work out.
Deadpool, yeah.
All right, so what am I? Sahara? What am I?
That feels LADWP, doesn't it?
To me, it feels very Sahara.
Oh, okay. It's such a reach.
You're the deciding vote. Sahara.
I think she's also Sahara.
Okay, finish that glass. Finish that glass.
This is for your doctor. Oh my God.
Finish that glass.
Oh my God.
Oh!
We didn't clarify either. This is Everclear.
All right.
That was actually the healthiest thing Tommy's ever checked.
That's right. Thank God.
Do we have a graphic for this?
Oh yeah, we do have a cool graphic.
Do we have a?
Yeah. Open wide.
That is horrible.
Oh, Daddy.
I didn't realize who the person second from Beyond Nicole Kang was, and I was like, is that the guy from Goonies? And then I realized it was an actor in prosthetics. Anyway, Brandon, you won the Super Chat poll. So why don't you defend your thirsty thespian in a song?
Oh, okay.
They love you. Steve.
Yeah. You and Jessica are the best singers.
Yeah. Are you doing it in the style of a particular singer?
I guess I can. I'll do Tom Petty.
Tom Petty.
That might venture into Bob Dylan.
Great. We're getting a traveling Wilburys.
Yeah. Wyatt Russell, he wanted to be in a movie, man. Well, we'll do Bob Dylan. That's more toxic.
Okay, you're changing now?
He got interviewed this week, man, and he wanted to be in Thunderbolts, see?
Yeah.
But they didn't want to put him in the movie. But he's already been cast.
Here comes the story of the U.S. Patriot.
Yeah, he's in the Fix, man. He was asked in the Digital Fix if he's going to be in the Thunderbolts movie.
Yeah.
He was like, I hope so, man. They haven't called me.
Oh, no! Oh, God, Wyatt, come on the show. Come on the show for a hug.
Yeah, he was kind of complaining, basically.
Yeah, this movie's been announced. In theory, I'm going to be a core character, but I have not been contacted yet.
It's being directed by Jake Schreier, who he's worked with on a show called Lodge 49.
Great show.
That show. 2018, look it up if you haven't seen it yet. And so he's like, I kind of want to just call Jake and be like, what's going on, man? Because he was asked about it. This isn't him tweeting. He's doing an interview about a different project, and the guy brings up the MCU and he brings up Thunderbolts. He's like, yeah, I heard about it. I'd love to be on it. I think I should be in it, and he should be in it.
Yeah.
And he's basically like, at some point they call you and they give you the plan, and you got to go find a house to rent. Blah blah. So he's just waiting. He's just trying to do his job. Look, folks, you casted him, all right? He auditioned to be Captain America, and you said not good enough. You kicked him to the curb, and then you called him up again when you needed a fall guy, when you needed a Cap who would chop someone's head off.
That's right.
Okay? And he showed up. He did the work. Call him up. You can't have a Thunderbolts without a Captain America port. You've got to have a Captain America-esque character in your Thunderbolts. You've already cast this guy. Just tell him when he needs to rent a house in Atlanta.
We
okay?
like us some Wyatt Russell on this show
Yeah.
too. Great actor.
Yeah.
Also, his wife, super talented actress Meredith Hagner. Great on Search Party. That's
So I
beside
think,
the point.
and he's been asked
she
about
the
it,
blonde
and he
one?
answered it.
Oh
She's
my
so
God,
good.
they
Aren't they a
look
great
like
couple?
cousins.
Yeah.
They might be. Come on this show and spit in a tube, and then we'll do a 23andMe after that. Hit the graphic again, Thirsty Thespians.
They look like they're screaming in pain.
Yes, they are. Okay, well, how thirsty do we think Wyatt Russell was?
I hate to do this because I was just forced to drink the first glass of water I've ever drank in my life. I think this is a bit of a. I guess I am a little thirsty.
Yeah.
God bless you, Dashiell.
Gazoom tight. I
not
would say
that
it doesn't
thirsty.
feel Sahara. Doesn't feel. He's being asked about it. He's
Yeah.
not being outwardly aggressive about it. And we are all kind of assuming it is going to happen.
Yeah.
Right. It's not much
They
of a
gotta
stretch.
put him in it.
So yeah, I'll go. Little parched.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Sahara. I know that
Wow,
he's being
bless you.
bless you. I know
Bless
that
you.
he's being gesundheit. I know that he's being asked the question, but he didn't have to go the extra mile and be like, they never texted me.
I gotta say, I feel like that's a classic deflection of he already knows exactly what's gonna happen, so he's making a little
Oh,
bit.
you think he's playing
He's
it?
doing a little
Oh.
smoke.
That's nice, but it came off like a butthole to me. So get your together.
Okay,
Wyatt.
so split the difference. Half a glass.
Okay.
Oh, well, no, you can go with your two.
Half
Your
a glass.
Half a glass.
Half a glass. Half a glass. Half a glass. Half a glass.
Oh, that might be 2/3.
Oh,
Good
And
for
the
you.
chat agreed, or well, at least,
Noted.
yeah. Why?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Thirsty Thespians.
Oh.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Jeez, that is-
Fine as hell.
I watched Thirsty Thespians when I was 15. It was a great movie.
it was like
Sorry,
one of those
no.
scrambled cable channels.
Yeah,
for
it
you,
was,
so?
yeah, it was.
You had to squint to really
It
see
was,
what was
it
on the
was- it was
TV.
starring Jenna Jameson.
Okay.
Jessica, do you want to go next, or,
Yeah,
or
I can go next.
Okay, go ahead.
Mine is for Simulu,
Yes.
because I don't know why I'm talking into this.
Do it, Donahue.
Because- So, what pisses me off that people are saying
Oh,
that he's
okay.
thirsty is that, like Wyatt Russell, he's already in all the movies, or he's already in a movie. He has a movie after him. He's Shang-Chi, and then him being like, yeah, I just genuinely think they didn't invite him to the Marvel panel at San Diego
Rude.
Comic-Con
Rude as hell.
because he doesn't have any movies that are coming out that are
There's
about him.
No Shang-Chi 2 announced yet.
Yeah, announced, and the director is working on King Dynasty.
Dynasty, yeah.
So I don't think they were like, oh, we don't really need to have him out here, even though he was at San Diego Comic-Con. And so I think him just saying genuinely like, my years are gonna be pretty busy is like, yeah, because if you're Kate Bishop, your years are gonna be busy. If you're Hawkeye, your years are gonna be busy. Everyone's years are about to be busy. There's 2 films that are requiring all of you guys to be there, and it's Secret Wars, and I'm sure Secret Invasion is gonna have a lot of them. So it's like, yeah, his years are gonna be busy, you guys. He's not thirsty. He's just saying what his job is. Also, he's fine as hell, and he wears Jordans like no man.
Okay, well,
Come on the show, Simo. Show
Yeah.
off those Jordans in person.
Simu on the break room. Hashtag it. Hashtag Simu on the break room.
break room. We got to start a movement here to get him on. We know he watches new Rockstars.
Yeah.
He
He
has-
watched me and MT's video.
He loves Jessica. Now,
Yes.
I
So
will
he's already
immediately, I'm telling you, I'm
interested.
voting Sahara, no matter what you said. The man started a Twitter campaign
Yes.
to play the character that he plays.
Oh,
That
the
is
original
There is
character?
nothing thirstier than that. He could spend the rest of his life never mentioning the character again. He's Sahara thirsty.
I thought
for
we
me.
were talking about.
We are. I'm
him
changing
going
the rules.
forward.
Yeah.
Oh no, I thought we were choosing when they were thirsty.
He's-
like how she was thirsty in her tweet of
control
Kang.
this mandatory
It
fun.
is mandatory fun. He's
I
in
mean,
charge.
technically,
Iron Fist.
he's on the Mount Rushmore.
I didn't
of
know he
all-time
did that
thirsty
on
thespians,
Twitter at all.
technically.
That's why I was like, no, he's not thirsty about San Diego Comic-Con. But I don't run mandatory fun, you guys.
Again,
That's
super
okay.
successful. His thirst worked out. Great for him.
You know, we're not getting a lot of yes-anding on today's mandatory fun, and I would like to say that after this, people will be subjected to a mandatory improv class where we learn some agreement.
I just don't want to be made an idiot.
You're not an
And I
idiot.
am
You
not
did a
an
great
idiot.
job, but
The
Simu
most-
is thirsty. That's all.
Thirsty. I agree. Full
Yeah,
Sahara.
Full Sahara.
I'm
Brandon.
not chugging this, but I will drink it.
I don't think it's that thirsty.
Wow.
I think he's just. What happened in the past is the past.
Okay.
Okay.
He's one of the all-time thirsts. That's
have to forget the
indisputable.
Kill it if you have to.
Yeah. And then I'll finish up here. This is
Yeah, but by the way, guys, Zach could sing this for $85.
$85.
$85 and Zach sings this, and I'm saying Celine Dion.
You might notice in the background of the Breakroom cast there are no mirrors.
Yes.
The last time I sang on this show, they all shattered.
This used to be a hall of mirrors.
Yeah.
Celine Dion for Zach.
That was great.
I will. If we hit $200, I will sing in the style of Celine Dion. I promise you that. Mine is going to be this person was also in the news. Colin Farrell did an interview recently where he was asked about his Penguin character from the Matt Reeves The Batman series, and we already know he's getting a spin-off series, that kind of much discussed HBO Max series. There was going to be a spin-off of the Batman. At one point, it was going to be focused on Gotham PD. Now it seems like it's going to be focused on the Penguin. So he's getting that. But within the same interview, he not only said like, "Oh, that's cool. I'm excited about that series. I also want to be in the next Batman film." So it's not enough that this guy already has a series focused on his character. He wants to make sure they don't make any movies without him too. And to me, that is pretty thirsty.
So you're arguing for your character.
I'm saying he's thirsty.
This is rare. We're supposed to be defending the thirst.
Oh no,
level.
Here's what I'm saying. I'm saying it's like he's extremely thirsty, and I love it.
Oh.
Okay, Mr.
Aw,
Farrell,
go on.
do you? I once was at an LA Fitness that Colin Farrell was also working out in a dirty wife beater and like a baseball cap and some like worn out track pants. And I loved it. He could have been my white trash uncle from rural Colorado, but instead he was a talented actor, Colin Farrell. Great.
The woke ones know they're called A shirts. I also threw up two double OK. I threw up double OK symbols.
Sorry.
So I shit on you. Well, I threw up white power symbols.
Stop talking about it. I apologize. An A shirt. Yes. I'm a big fan. I'm saying he's thirsty, but I'm a big fan of his thirst. Because also, the Penguin character in that film was one of my favorite parts of the movie.
Yeah.
And I could watch him in every movie, in every
Yeah.
series.
Well, here's the thing. They've had so many Batman movies, and they've had to come up with so many titles. Just call the next one The Penguin. And it can be the Batman is the backup character.
Oh, I love
Side
it.
character.
And I will self-nominate myself as Sahara.
Yeah, I'm going Sahara.
Drink your
You
water.
sold us on Sahara.
Yeah,
Okay, I don't know that I can match Tommy's dredging capability, but I'll do my
You
best.
threw your client under
I
the
took
bus.
Swift sips.
Yeah, she was doing Swift sips over here.
I don't think we have time
Whoa.
to go over our next segment.
Is Andrew getting pushed again?
No,
yeah,
we can't.
come
He's
on.
not. He can't become our Matt Damon. We gotta talk about it.
We only have 5 minutes.
Is Andrew getting pushed to tomorrow?
God, Tommy, how did you chug
Oh,
that?
you're still going, your little bird lips.
Let's just say I have a greedy throat.
Thomas!
Play the graphic.
Thomas
Play the graphic.
Bechtold. Thomas Michael.
We should shout out some of the super chatters. Thank you all today. Heavy D. Any truth to Beta Ray Bill being one of the background kids in Thor: Love and Thunder that was supposed to get Thor powers in the end fight, but didn't? Is he gonna chase worthiness?
Isn't Beta Ray Bill a horse?
Well, there were multiple species of little kid.
Wait, I'm sorry. Was there a horse in the back?
No, he has a horse face, but he's like a man body.
Horse face on a man body. Who's been reading my fanfic? My erotic fiction. It's called Horsing Around.
That's a horrible
Out
title.
of funks to give. It's about a horse that plays a
Stretched
guitar.
out.
It's called Nay Nasty.
Nay.
Okay.
I
Dr.
was
Nasty.
confused by a lot of those little kids. I didn't see any that looked like horses. But there were like a lot of species.
There was like the werewolf kid.
and they
like,
didn't explain it because like most of the people settled in New Tunsberg or New Asgard are Asgardians, and there wasn't that many. There wasn't like a
I know a horse boy if I saw him.
diverse race. So I assume there's some part of that movie that's cut out where Gore is taking kids from like multiple places.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was very confused. I don't know anything about this rumor. We all thought we were
He
going
was
to see
the kid
Beta Ray
licking
Bill.
salt in the bag.
He was a kid housing apples.
He was the kid that all the other kids rode, right?
Yeah. And there comes Beta Ray Bill coming on the track. He's being followed by Thor Odinson, followed by Heimdall Sonners. Beta Ray Bill by a nose. Beta Ray Bill wins the Asgard Stakes.
I'm dying.
Man, I'm telling you, if there was a little horse boy in that movie, I would have clocked him.
You would have punched him?
No, clocked him. Like I would have
You
seen him.
would have noticed.
Would've noticed it.
The Storm
Like
Virgil
Bronco.
every 100 next time should all do a dance-off.
Dance-off. I would lose the dance-off.
Well, the sing-off
immediately.
bombed, okay?
Yes.
Looking at the totals, the sing-off was a bomb.
It was great. And if you guys want to see a dance-off, do you really want to see Zach do his little shimmy? Look at him go. Look at him go. Those elbows are too high.
Yeah. Our apologies to Eric Voss and Andor. We'll get to you tomorrow.
Yes, Eric Voss did put out a breakdown of the new Android trailer that we got. That's up on the channel. One of these days this week, we'll talk about it here on the break room.
Yes.
We'll get into that because we are very excited. It was a great trailer. I think it's moving in a much better direction. And no shots of Tatooine to be seen. How exciting. How exciting.
Tattoo out.
But also a reminder for all you breakers out there, you can submit your favorite clip of the week from the break room on our Discord. We've been airing our favorite submitted clip of the week at the end of the week. So if there's a bit of the show that you liked, maybe me making a timely Dick Cavett reference.
And you know what, Kit?
Share it on our Discord.
Kid, I agree with you. We could be talking about Andor, but we're talking about Mort's children instead. And you know what? I'm sorry. That's on me.
We will talk about Andor tomorrow. I promise. Come back here to the break room, live from our break room here at Rockstars headquarters. And also send in voicemails on that Discord. Ask us anything. Think of something. Ask a question. Maybe you don't know how to make brownies. We'll share the recipe right here on the break room. Submit that clip of the week. Hit the like button if you've made it this far into the show. And tune in tomorrow at the same time.
Yeah, we'll be back every day this week, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern.
That's right.
11 p.m. London time.
Yes, talking about all the news of the day. Who knows what kind of disaster will happen to Warner Brothers and DC between now and tomorrow's show.
We'll see what gets greenlit and what gets put on the shelf. We'll see you tomorrow. Adios.
Show yourself, Dick Cavett.